Hello, YouTubers. The new Time Travel Jaime 88. I'm back with another Doctor Who DVD review. And yes, we're still celebrating Doctor Who's 50th anniversary. So today, I'm doing another Fifth Doctor story. It is Doctor Who, Resurrection of the Daleks Special Edition. This is a fantastic story. I really love it. It's quite a venture. This is another favorite Dalek story. This two-part adventure originally transmitted on February 8th through the 15th, 1984. And this is Janet Fielding's last story as Tegan Jovanka. It marks the return of the Dalek creator, Davros. So, as the story begins in 1984, the group of futuristic humanoids were gunned down by two policemen in a uniform. The two humanoid, Galloway and Quartermaster Stein, were escaped. However, Galloway is killed and leaving Stein alone. So Commander Lighton transports back to his battlecruiser to meet the creator Daleks and prepare to attack a prison space station. The TARDIS is being dragged down by the time corridor and forcing the Doctor and his companion on 20th century Earth. So, he met his old enemy again, Davros. He, after being imprisoned on a cryogenic after 90 years, he's begun to get his revenge on the Doctor. Not even the Daleks foresees the poisonous threat. Indeed, what was expect of Daleks waiting? However, the Doctor is joined by a group of military bomb disposal squad after they called in after the buildings were uncovered. Having learning that the Doctor's in the warehouse, Tolo found himself in a spaceship after being transported into the time vortex. So, meanwhile, the Doctor's travel chair is undergoing maintenance. Linton explained that Daleks lost their war against the Movilians due to the development of the virus. So, Davros demands he return on a prison ship while working on the virus. It been necessary for him to be frozen. Meanwhile, when Linton leaves to discuss the Supreme Daleks. Meanwhile, the Doctor and a member of the bomb disposal squad has been brought the remain of the wrecked Dalek back inside. While they search for a Khaled, a mutant inside, what they find after the wounds one of the squad men, the squad medical officer. Tegan suffered a head injury, and the Doctor and Stein head to the TARDIS to find out what's happened. Meanwhile, the TARDIS materialized inside of the Dalek's ship and Narrows avoid being captured. The Doctor told Stein that they should find Tolo and makes a swift exit. Stein points the Doctor's own weapon at the Doctor. He's revealing that he is working for the Dalek. So, meanwhile, they take Doctor away on the prison. Back at Earth, a man was attacked by a Dalek, behaved very strangely after wanders away. Colonel Archer decides to call for help after his own radio is dead. So he finds two policemen and asks for assistance. While he tried to radio a policeman, he held gun down to his head. As Dalek revealed the plan to cloning, the Doctor and his companion using the clone to assassinate the Time Lord, High Council on Time Lord and Gallifrey. So he begins a accompanying mind copy sequence. The Doctor talks on resisting the Dalek mind control. Style and the two station guards were killed. Back on Earth, Colonel Archer returned to the warehouse. Under the Dalek control, Tegan tried to escape, running down the East of Thames path. However, she was caught by the policemen, and they taken to the time corridor to the Dalek ship to meet the squad scientific advisor, Professor Lard. He was shot while trying to flee for the soldier. The doctor realized that his conditioning is unstable for Stein. He also challenged to think for himself as a mind copy sequence. So he breaks his condition and freeing the doctor. The doctor finds Tolo and Tegan return to the TARDIS with Stein and the last surviving the crew station. Rather than depart, he must kill Davros once and for all. Stein and Lieutenant Mercer heads to the station labs when he leads Tegan and Tolo into the TARDIS. In the lab, the doctor is being taken prisoner by the Daleks. He announced that the doctor has been exterminated. He will build a new race. It shall begin. The Supreme begins. So he confronts Davros as his last chance to let Leighton's troop to kill Lieutenant Mercer, horrified by his action. But he refused, Stein refused to accompany Doctor back to the time corridor. But he runs off to the station. Davros' armory and the two Daleks is growing. He dispatched Dalek to Earth, anticipating restraining on resisting from the Daleks not loyal to them. Davros opens a capsule of Movelian virus. The two Daleks enter to exterminate, but they're fortunately killed by the virus. Meanwhile, back at the warehouse, the battle rage between is over. The doctor returned to the time corridor. Not only an unexploded bomb discovered, or a canister of the virus had opened up that Tolo and Tegan had brought to the TARDIS. He placed it on the Dalek was all started to die. Unfortunately, Commander Lighting escapes. He watched the Dalek diminish while he swapped on the Dalek uniform, that for the policeman, to join his fellow Bobbies on the next plan. Back at the space station, Davros planned to escape pod. Unfortunately, the virus got Davros and kills him. As the Daleks is dead, the TARDIS on the scanner threatens the doctor, claiming that the Dalek has duplicated the point of human over. As Tegan says bid farewell, as the doctor materializes before Tegan leaves, runs back, and remember Braveheart Tegan, and she will miss him. Good story. I really love this episode. Let's take a look at the DVD covers. Here's Davros, the Fifth Doctor, Tegan, Davros, and a police officer. Peter Davison years 1982 to 1984. Here's the spine and the back. Here's the still pictures. Audio commentary by Terry Malloy, Eric Solwart, and visual effects designer Peter Ragg. Moderated by Nicholas Pegg. Commentary 2 by Peter Davison, Janet Fielding, and Matthew Robinson. There's an alternate full-part version. Come in, Doctor Number 5. Tomorrow's Time, the Fifth Doctor. Casting Far and Wide. Warriors. On location, deleted and extended scenes. The Lax Dalek, Breakfast Time, and so forth. Here's Disc 1 and Disc 2. This adventure was originally to be intended as a 4-part story, but due to the BBC 1984 Winter Olympic, it was decided to edit it into a 2-part adventure. When it broadcast in North America, they released a 4-part story, and the 4-part story released on VHS. That's it for this review. This is the new Time Travel Jaime 88 saying, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care.